It's really annoying. To picture like me chasing someone like to get the ball down, like they're on a breakaway or something. I like envision stuff in my head to play mind games with myself. I want to eventually build up to doing just jog sprint and not the walk, but I need to get there first. I don't want to push myself, especially yesterday I did legs and then I had a game at night, so I don't want to overdo it on my legs, I already have enough problems with my knees, I don't need more. It's been going all right. There's been a couple setbacks with things. Yeah, so I was playing soccer one night and I had a breakaway and I was dribbling and I was going pretty fast and I took the shot, I scored the goal, which really mattered to me, and the goalie came out and slide tackled me and I just went up and down and my head smashed. And yeah, after that my neck really hurt, but I kept playing. And I was happy I scored. That's all I really cared about. I felt better before in my life, but it's just my back hurts. I need a massage. The workout at first wasn't as bad when I first started, but once I started to get more fatigued, it really started to hurt. By the end of the workout, like all in here, all down here was just pain.
She had, some issues. She had a little bit of an accident yesterday playing soccer, so one side of her body is not feeling 100%, so I kind of pulled her back a little bit towards the end. I didn't want her to overstrain that side.
Kareen noticed, so she lowered my weight down a little. I kept through, I finished the workout, which was good. I was happy that I did that because I would have been mad at myself if I stopped, so.
Right now I feel okay, I feel optimistic. There are those days though that I wake up and I'm like, my body, but for the most part I feel okay. Well, this week I kind of had trouble with my weight. I never weigh myself, and then the other day at work I weighed myself and I was horrified at what I saw because I'm used to being around 130, and right now I weighed myself probably later on in the afternoon and it was about, I want to say 143. So I immediately text Kareen and I was like, oh my God, I weigh so much. Then like texting my boyfriend and being like, we can't do this weekend, we're not doing this weekend, we're not doing this, because the whole weekend before we had a graduation party, his sister's graduation party, and it was a lot of fun and I was making healthy decisions as far as eating, but I had mixed drinks, and even though I was like, is this diatonic water and what's the proof of your vodka, I still had way too much. I indulged way too much in that, and I've learned my lesson. But Kareen was like, but you have so much muscle on. And then I went to the bathroom, and in where I work there's a room where it has like a wall of mirrors, and I was like, okay, and I just kind of looked at myself and I was like, I have so much more muscle on now than I did last year. Even when I was doing the show, because I'm doing something completely different. I'm doing figure as opposed to bikini, and figure you need to have a little bit more muscle on. I've learned my lesson, so this weekend we're going to be strict, and not so much that I have to for leaning out or anything. I just would feel better if I just had more control, as opposed to being like, I don't care at this point, because I don't have to diet down, but I need to be more conscious of it.
Honestly, not. I haven't really ran into any challenges yet. I guess, yeah, the outside life obviously affects it. Mostly, I think as my schedule changes, it might be a little bit more difficult, only because it is getting nicer. I like to be outside. I like to do stuff. When it's nice, last thing you want to do is like, oh, sorry, I have to leave and go work out. Like, it's not the funnest thing, but I know what I'm reaching towards, and I don't want to affect that. Yeah, there's always little things. Like, if I get into a fight with like my family, if I have a stupid fight with my mom, or like, boys always affect things negatively. Like,
Trying not to go out as much and spending as much money, which is fine. I don't have to do that. I'll still go out, and I did that before. Last year I was going out, but like I was like, I'll just have a hot coffee at 9 o'clock at night, yes, and water, yes, please, thank you. And I've been conscious of when someone's like, hey, you want to go out to grab a drink? I make sure I eat on the way home, before I go out, and I make sure that I have a good snack. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm not like, pizza roll sandwich sounds good. Pizza roll sandwich. And always in my purse having packets of tuna, cans of sardines that I will rinse off in the bathroom. I don't care. It was just gross. And I told my boyfriend that I was like, things are going to get, like, the closer we get to the show, it's going to be like, don't ask me to go out because I'm going to be sleeping. I'm going to be only concerned about going to work, working out, and sleeping. If you want to come hang out with me, that's cool, but I'm probably going to be a lady bear or asleep. So everyone knows what they're in for.
It's hard. It's, you're getting out of your comfort zone, so it's not, you're not in a particularly comfortable area. So they did. Did you guys notice we're starting a little heavier today? Allie's been lifting for a couple of years with me, so she's got a little bit more strength right now.
I like it. It challenges me because in my head I'm like, there's no way I can do that. But and I need to get out of that negative thinking, because then once I do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted, and I know I'm getting like a really good burn or pump or whatever. I feel a lot better, and I like that I'm getting challenged, even though I roll my eyes about it.
What's that face for?
I just love doing chest and back.
This is light for you. I don't want to hear it.
But it's a goal that I'm working towards, and I like it.
The girls, they did some pretty tough workouts, the push-ups and the pull-ups. We did a lot of really challenging back exercises today, a lot of planks, not their favorite.
When you're going through it, you're just like, I don't want to do anymore, and then you push yourself through it and you just do it, and then you're sore tomorrow, and then the next day. Like tomorrow, blinking is going to be hard. Because my obliques, like when we do our core and ab stuff, we definitely, like, for me at least, it takes a lot for me to feel anything because I feel like I do a lot. Well, whatever we do, it always hurts to do the slightest movement for days on end. Especially like my legs and my core are really sore from what we did a couple of days ago. And then she's like, we're gonna do obliques again. I was like, of course we are.
It's weird because there's certain days when the workout's just horrible. Like everything you could possibly hate, because there's certain exercises you don't mind, there's certain exercises you hate. And that was one of the days. Everything she gave me was everything I hate. Like at first, you're like, oh, this again? Like, you're trying to be like, really? Really? All this in a row? But then once you do it, you're like, all right, that's done. It's not my favorite, but I guess it has to be done, so you just gotta bear with it. But while you're doing it, it kind of is awful. kind of funny. You can see me. She'll try to talk to me. I'll just be like, don't. Please don't talk to me right now.
No, I'm going to lighten you on that last press. Or do you want to skip it? Is it bothering you that much?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't talk to me right
All right, I'm not going to talk to you.
Just let me do this and be done.
I don't know why, but like my muscles just want to stop. Like they just give, not that they give up, but it's just, they don't want to do anything. I just want to, like, and Corinne's very much like, you know, she wants to keep you going, not so then she can like do it to fatigue, but at the same time she wants to make sure that like your head's in it and stuff like that. But I want to be like, nah, can we take like a half-hour break in between stuff, please, so I can kind of recoup?
Okay, ready? Last 40.
It's challenging, it's frustrating, and it's fun. Especially doing like the stuff on TRX that we did and doing the obliques. That's so, I feel like I have a strong core, but it could be a lot stronger. But as far as doing obliques, it's just one of those necessary evils. And when she times it and she's like, it's just so, I get so annoyed when she's like, gotta bring your hips up. And I'm like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we've never done this before. Keep those hips up. Nice strong planks, guys.
I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm not doing. Don't you tell me I'm a business devil woman. When I get really quiet, I'm trying to focus, but I also know that if I say anything, it's going to be the meanest thing I could ever think of to say. And I know what she's doing is because she has to do it and it's because that's what we're doing, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to. Don't. I want to just, I get snippy and I don't want to do that to her.
5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. So rest it. We're going to go on the other side.
I'm tired. Like, I'd like to not do that ever again.
It's when they're struggling at their most and that I push them out a little bit. That's what's going to make the difference between someone who does really well and someone who doesn't do really well. They just have to have that little extra. All right. Oh, you guys are going to hate this. All right, we're doing treadmill plank walks.
Oh, how did I know that?
Good job. Almost there. Not really. I won't tell you how long. I won't tell you how long.
Almost there, but
Not really.
Just kidding.
Fans are on.
Oh, wonderful.
I feel like sometimes Corinne gives really hard workouts when you're there, as opposed to, not that they're not hard when you're not there, but they're, like, everything we hate is there because she wants to show what we can do. Like, she pushes us to the max on those days, which other days there are days when I leave and I'm like, oh geez, but those days it's just all the awful exercises. I understand she has to push us, so it is what it is.
You're up, but guess what?
You know, it's a necessary evil. Wow. I just feel like my foot's gonna go willy-nilly and I'm gonna kick you in it. I just don't want that.
And some days you would like to do
No. Oh my God.
You're going to hinge it back and pop. What's that look for? Sometimes I do. I feel, I feel bad because I see that they're trying, they're doing their best that they can, and it's hard. It's not. I mean, you can capture, you can capture, especially when they're doing their side planks on the TRX. I mean, they're literally shaking. So yeah, I do feel bad, but feeling bad's not going to get them better. All right, ready?
Can we do something fun at one point?
We will.
Maybe I like.
We will do something fun. Okay, ready? And up. What is fun, Jill?
Not this.
O'clock in the morning.
Allie wasn't talking to me the other day.
It just hit me how tired I was. My allergies were acting up. I also hated everything that we were doing.
6. last one. Great job, guys. You're like, why are we doing those again? Okay, come on right up. Great job. Grab a drink. All right, I'm feeling great after that last circuit.
When there's someone there with you, it motivates you so much more.
I noticed Jill's getting, like, things are becoming easier for her, it looks like. So she's gonna start lifting, not as heavy as I do. At least I don't think, or she might, I don't know.
All in all, she's getting really, really strong, so I'm really happy with that. I don't think she realizes that yet.
But she's definitely getting a lot stronger in everything that she does. I love when she comes in with an attitude and she just like pumps whatever it is out and then just throws the weights and then she's like, next thing, and I'm like.
Are you stressed? You don't look stressed.
No, I'm not today.
Yeah, there's nothing you can really do about it.
If I have a bad day at work, it can affect what I do. So showing up like 15, 20 minutes late every day stresses me out. I walk in, I'm like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this. Like, I just want to get going. And the one thing I have anxiety about is time. For some reason, I've always been that way, is time. Like, I hate being late for things. It's like a pet peeve. I'll show up 20 minutes early. I'm that friend that we're like, we'll meet at 8. Everyone knows I'll be there at like 7:30. I don't want to not get the workout in, or I don't want to like burden everyone else kind of. So it gives me a little bit of anxiety at first, but I think that's more why sometimes I'm straight to the point, because at that point I'm kind of like aggravated. So I'm like, let's just do this, let's bust this out. And then by the end I'm kind of more relaxed.
And Allie's doing great. You know, Allie, she's been doing this for a couple of years, so she knows how to push.
I do, especially, Karina always said, because at first I was like, what am I doing this for? Because you obviously want to see the changes right away. You work so hard, you want to be like, okay, I'm changing. Like, that's what you want. And I think that's the hardest thing with people working out, is with weight loss or muscle building, any of that, they want to see it within a week, which it doesn't work that way. Like, exercise helps, but it's not a miracle. It's not gonna affect you a day later. At first you don't see changes, but now, like, it's been a few weeks and I do, like, my upper body especially and my arms and stuff, I notice just little things, like when I'm doing my hair or something, I'll look and see like a little change in my muscles, and it makes me like proud. Honestly, I feel like a huge geek. Like, I'll be like, Mom, look, like a little teeny muscle. It's good to see the change. It's good to see your progress when you work so hard towards something.
Jill's looking awesome. Her arms are starting to come in, her shoulders are coming in, so I'm really, really happy with the way that's going. With
Allie doing it before, Karine doing it before, they talk about the differences in their bodies that happen. So I mean, I kind of obviously have an ideal in my head, but I try not to focus too much on that because I don't want to make myself upset if I don't look just like that. I look at other people who do fitness shows, do bikini shows and all that, and I see what they look like, but I'm not the same person as them. So I don't want to completely compare myself to them and be like, oh, that's what I should look like.
It's what I like to call Thunderdome track. I went to see Kesha last night. I went to see Kesha and Pitbull, and I had a really good time. I danced my face off, but when I knew I was going, I was like, just so everyone's aware, I'm not going to have a face on Friday because I'm going to dance it right off. I had an injury also. I did a cartwheel into a split because this girl did a cartwheel into a split, and I was like, I could totally do that. And I did it, and then I acted like I didn't have any trouble getting up, but I thought I broke all of my undercarriage, so that was funny. So I'm just working on strengthening that, stretching it, but not stretching too much, making sure I'm icing it. And so that kind of stopped my cardio as far as like doing sprints and running. So now I'm back at it again. I'm excited. It's going to downpour. My ankle started. I'm getting a cramp in my Achilles on through here. It's probably because of shin splints. It's gross and awesome because when I put my finger on it, I can feel it moving around. I can feel the knot that's worked its way up. And now it's about to downpour. Black women are like cats. Can't get my hair wet. Time to go home.